Hello, everybody. I'm super excited to be here today because I am talking about something that I'm super excited about. This is something that I have done, and I've done on many different topics. Most recently, I did it about a week ago, and it just really gave me some clarity, some breakthroughs, and really helped me release some stuff. So I'm talking about today writing a letter to yourself. So we all have traumas. Sorry, I just totally lost what I was going to say. We all have traumas. We all have things that come up that make us who we are in the past. And for most of us, that means living with regret. We feel like such a failure. We have all these negative emotions that come to do with our past. For me, it was staying in a relationship too long. It was allowing my kids to be abused, even though I didn't understand completely the depth of it until after I got divorced. But there were so many things that I'm like, well, if I would have done this, I should have went to college right out of high school. I shouldn't have had kids so young. I should have, done this. I shouldn't have done that. There were so many things. And if you have been in any kind of a toxic relationship or any kind of codependency, there's a ton of emotions. You beat yourself up for staying, but you don't know how to break free. And then when you do, you live with that. Like, I used to beat myself up all the time over those things. I can't change them, but I used to beat myself up all over them all the time. And it doesn't even have to be that. It can be anything. Anything to do with your past. Maybe you regret, like I said, not going to college right away. Maybe you regret not taking whatever path that you should have taken in hindsight. And so one thing is, obviously, you have to use your past as a lesson. We can't change the past, and those are the lessons that made us who we are. That's why we're as strong as we are. That's why we are awesome women, is because we have dealt with that, and most of us have been through hell and back. So one practice I want to talk about today to kind of help you deal with all of that negativity that you think about yourself is called writing a letter to yourself. I've had a few coaches I've worked with that do these around money, around your past. It kind of has to go along with inner child healing, just different forms of that. And so this is kind of the easiest one, I think, because it doesn't take a lot of work and it can be super releasing. One thing I want to say is when you do this practice, I would give yourself at least a half an hour to do this practice. And give yourself some space and do it in a place that is quiet, where you can just be alone, because sometimes this can have some emotions, whether it's sadness and you cry. I've cried sometimes when I've done this, whether it's emotions as anger. Just allow yourself to have these emotions and not either be interrupted or feel guilty. I wouldn't have kids around. Just do this work. Use this as a self-care tip, or not tip, but a self-care thing that you can do to kind of focus on you and just have that time, whether it's you put the kids to bed and you just take that time, or you lock yourself in the bathroom, preferably not when the kids are outside screaming outside the door, because we all know how kids like to follow you in the bathroom. So does my cat. But take some time where you can have that time to really think and allow whatever comes up to just come up. So you're going to need a pen and paper, and we all know how I like to journal. So this is kind of a form of journaling on a sense, but a pen and paper. And what you're going to do is you're going to write a letter to your past self. So you are going to write a letter coming up with all of the things that you felt like you did wrong or that you felt bad about. And it can be anything. Like I said, that I let my kid, it's a way of venting in a way. So that's where we're going to start. You're going to write this letter like your past self is a person. So you're going to even title it Dear Past Self. And you are going to say that you are sorry that you have beat yourself up over, and write down all of those things and let whatever your hand and your pen come up with, write down whatever comes up. everything, whether it's something small like you snapped at a lady at the store the other day. I mean, sometimes it's simple things, but then the more you write, the more those bigger things come up. A lot of those memories can come up, and write those things down. But I want you to start it out with, I'm sorry that I beat myself up for, or I'm sorry that I haven't forgiven myself for. Something like that. You have to start it that way, because this letter is going to end with you forgiving yourself and releasing all of that. So first you're going to write down all the bad things that you feel like you have done in your life, or that you've put up with in your life, and you are just going to write all those things out. I want it to be something that no one's going to read this, so I want you to dig deep. Even if it doesn't seem significant, whatever comes out, comes out. You're going to just spend some time, and then when you're done with all of those, I want you to take a look at those things. And then I want you to forgive yourself. And I want you to tell yourself, again, that you forgive yourself, and that I release myself from this, and from this day forward, I'm going to move forward and release myself. And you're going to let it go. And I want you to tell yourself, I am letting go of this. I am not to blame. I am not a bad person. I want you to then, you're going to write all of the positives. I am a good person. I am an empath. I am compassionate. I am honest. And I want you to write all the good things out, because you don't want to end on a negative level or a negative sentence. So I want you to write all the good things about you. And I want you to write it out, and I want you to come up with all those good things, even if it's something that you think is silly. That you, like I said, you smiled at someone today. Come up with all that proof that you are a good person, because you are. And so you're going to write that out. So again, you're going to write the dear past self, I forgive myself for, and write out all those things that you have been beating yourself up for. And then you're going to say, I release this. I am no longer going to hold myself a prisoner to these bad things. And then you're going to write, I am a good person, and you're going to write all the good things about yourself. And I want you to focus on those good things. And then I want you to seal the letter, and I want you to put it in an envelope. And I want you to put it away. I would have you tear it up if you were just writing the bad things, and you can do that too. There's kind of different forms of this. I've done both ways. I wrote just the bad things out, and then you can burn it or tear it up and throw it away, because you're releasing the bad things. But what I find is I like to end it on a positive note. I love affirmations. I love positivity. And so I don't stop with the bad things. I write it out, and then I seal it up. And then I just write on the envelope a letter to my past self. And then I just put it away somewhere. You can put it in a drawer. Just put it somewhere. Put it under your mattress. Just put it somewhere. You are getting rid of that past self. You're a good person, but you're getting rid of the past self, and you're letting that go. And like I said, you can just stop at the bad stuff if that makes you feel free to tear it up and throw it away, to burn it, whatever makes you feel better. But the point is you're letting go of that past self, and you're writing a letter to yourself. Like I said, there's so many different ways to do this. I can't help it. I like positive stuff. But I like to remind myself. And so sometimes I have done where I've had the negative part, and I've torn it up, and then I wrote the positive stuff, and that's the part I keep. And then I remind myself all the time of that positive stuff. Yes, I'm a good person. I am an empath. I have a huge heart. I get excited over stupid things. I could go on, and those are just dumb reasons, but I mean, they're me. I dance around the house to music. That's just, I'm hardworking. I'm motivated. I'm super passionate about things, and those are the things I want you to focus on, is those good things that are so good about you, because those are the important things. That past self is gone. You can't change the past. So you have to release yourself from stressing out over it and use those things as lessons, but you've got to release the past, because the past is only meant to teach us lessons. It's not meant to hold on. It's not meant to keep going over and over and over again all the things that you did wrong, because we've all been there. We've all done things that we wish we wouldn't have. Maybe some things you think some people have done different than others. And maybe you feel like you're worse than someone else, but really you're not. Because we don't know what each other struggles with. We don't know what is inside of each of us. And so you can't judge yourself against someone else. And that's why you can't look at what you've done and think that you're this horrible person, and you just have to let it go. You have to release yourself, because today's a new day. Even who you were yesterday is different than who you are today. So let that go and just make a commitment to release as much as you can that past self and move forward from this day. Move forward from this moment. If you have a setback, oh well, you start from this second on. But you just keep moving forward. And the only way you can do that is to unlock those chains and get rid of them. So this has just been a super quick live. I can if you guys want, I can come up with a handwritten template of this letter. I can give you guys more if you want on that. But hello, Brooke. Hope you all enjoyed it, and just let me know what you want from me. And don't forget, I still have my 21-day Self-Love Starts With You mini course. Just you can click the link and get in on that. And that's another way that goes a little bit in deeper with some journaling prompts and some super in-depth affirmations and things like that kind of just take you into deeper into loving yourself, because you can't move forward and you can't get better if you don't love yourself first. So hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will speak to you guys all again soon.